All right, guys. So, they're starting out with a Kobe Bryant tribute, and I'm just now looking at this, and the reason for that is because Kobe himself is actually an investor in the UFC. Since the UFC was bought out for about a little over $4 billion back in 2015 or 16, Kobe Bryant was actually an investor in that, and he also is an investor in Body Armor, which is the official drink of the UFC. So he was a big part of the company. Earlier this week, I was watching an interview with Dana White, and he said that Kobe Bryant had gotten his first big check from the investment he did in the company, and he was excited about it, and that he was going to buy more. He wished he had bought more, and that was just the Wednesday before he died, which was 3 or 4 days. So, man, he had a lot of things going for him. He was on the up and up in life in general. It's crazy. All right, the crowd is chanting Kobe really loud. You got him and John are real big on the Titantron, and the crowd's chanting Kobe. Man, what a reception for Kobe's little tribute here. So there's no one really online, but it looks like Dad, Aaron, and Gucci. So if y'all can leave me feedback as things are happening, and let me know how things are going, if things are looking and sounding great. I don't think anyone's on here but us, so we got 5 viewers. So I got to talk about this. The first fight of the night, they started out with a banger. This is a heavyweight good fight between Derek Lewis, the Beast, and he's going to be fighting Ilir Latifi, who just stepped up to heavyweight from light heavyweight. Now, Ilir Latifi, he's always fought at 205, and he was kind of more known as Alexander Gustafsson, his training partner back in Sweden. But he always had a hard time, I guess, making weight at 205, even though he's not even very tall. I think he's like 5'10". He might be 5'9", but I think he's around 5'10". Real big guy. But now he's gone to heavyweight. He went in at 246 this week. Of course, no weight cut involved. But he looked very lumbering. Like he just kind of walked around very lumbering. He almost looked like Daniel Cormier, the way he's built. And that's not the way he should be. He thinks that he's going to be coming in faster, possibly a little more quicker and just more agile. But I think it's going to be the opposite. I think he's going to come in slow. And Derek's not that fast either, but Derek has a lot of size and power, and Ilir is a lot shorter than Derek. And I don't know. I just think that Ilir made a bad move. I think he got lazy and didn't want to cut his weight anymore. And I don't blame him. If he's dropping 35, 40 pounds to fight, that's pretty tough. But at his height, he should keep his diet down. He shouldn't be so bulky and huge. I think he should stay at light heavyweight, but just change the way he lives his life. But that's just me. What do I know? But anyway, I'm gonna pick Derek on that one. What kind of issues did it cause, Aaron? Okay, so but technically everything's okay, right, Aaron? Is everything technically okay? Awesome. So we got a big fight at the end tonight. Jon Jones, Dominick Reyes. Everybody's picking Jon Jones to destroy Dominick Reyes. As far as history goes, I agree. And actually, I think Jon is going to win. And the only thing is that Dominick is kind of odd in that the way he fights, anything can happen. And if he connects with Jon 1 or 2 good times and he rocks him, he could start something. He once he gets somebody taken care of, he finishes all the time. The only problem I see with Dominick and Jon, as far as Jon goes, is him having to deal with Dominick's reckless abandonment of his own body, which I think Dominick will do. I think Dominick he's seen what Anthony Smith did. He saw Thiago Santos. Well, Thiago Santos was injured, but what Anthony Smith did and some of the other guys, Ovent St. Preux and John beat OSP, what they did is they got tagged a few times, and they had a hard time getting a hold of Jon, and that frustrated them. They started to back off, got defensive, and they got timid and didn't play their game. They weren't aggressive anymore. I think you're better against Jon when you're aggressive. But Jon makes it hard for you to where you can't be aggressive. But if Dominick comes in, he's bigger than Jon. He's taller than Jon. I think he's the same size as Jon off season. But I think that if Dominick comes in aggressive, I think that some craziness could happen tonight. If Jon starts imposing his crazy, weird, unorthodox game on Dominick and Dominick falls for it, then it's going to be the same old Jon Jones fight. Yeah, as long as he doesn't do it, Aaron, as long as he doesn't with his fingers out poking people in the eyes. All right, we got Jon Anik on the line right now. He's talking and building up the fight. Guys, we're going to be sitting here all night. Now, I want to tell you something right here. I am so committed to you guys. I'm not going to walk away. I've got my Tombstone mug here. I'm drinking my Tombstone mug. And if I have to use the bathroom, I'm prepared for this as well. I have my own branded Mental MMA urinal jug. I'm not going anywhere. So we also have not to get confused tonight. Not to get confused tonight, but Dominick Cruz is going to be calling the fights with Joe Rogan and Jon Anik tonight. Dominick Cruz is a bantamweight fighter who is also a commentator now. So if during the end of the night, or if I'm saying the word Dominick, I'm going to start calling Dominick Reyes. I'll call him either the Devastator or I'll call him Reyes. His nickname is the Devastator. So I would call him Reyes or the Devastator. And when Dominick is talking in the audience or the commentator, Dominick Cruz, I'll call him Dominick. So not to get them confused for later. The real fight of the night, though, is, can you guess it? It's Mirsad Bektic and Dan Ige. That's going to be the fight of the night. I'm calling it right now. When this night is over with, Dana White will be handing out $50,000 performance bonuses to Dan Ige and Mirsad Bektic. It's a featherweight fight at 145 pounds, but these guys are crazy, and they are on a main card for the first time in their careers, and they're going to want to try to make a mark with the audience. They're going to want to try to get a crowd. They're going to try to earn some fans tonight. So I think that Bektic and Ige is going to be the fight of the night. I'm calling it right now. So they're showing highlights right now of Dominick Cruz. See, I'm doing that already. Of Dominick Reyes putting down OSP, which is Jon Jones beat OSP. They both beat him. Here's the thing. Dominick Reyes actually beat OSP easier by a finish than Jon Jones did, which was by decision. However, Jon Jones was coming back off of being out for a while from doing, getting in trouble outside the cage. But he came back. I don't think he was quite as motivated. He came back, he got motivated again, and look what he did. He knocked out Daniel Cormier straight up. He knocked out, he TKO'd Alexander Gustafsson on the ground, pounded him out. But I think a motivated Jon Jones is the Jon Jones that's going to show up tonight. For some reason, I think that he's got a chip on his shoulder. He's not just coming in to win a typical fight. I mean, the guy has more title defenses than Dominick Reyes has entire fights in the UFC. So, I think he's wanting to put it down on him big. And man, this crowd is hype, man. This tribute to Kobe just really popped up the audience, man. They're awake right now. And we're starting it with a great fight with Derek Lewis, Alir Latifi, two big boys. Derek Lewis cuts weight to make 265. And same thing goes for one of the heavyweight fights we're having later between Juan Adams and Justin Tafa. Those guys come in, they walk around at 300 pounds. They have to cut weight to make 266 pounds. Featherweight is 145 pounds. 105 would be atom weight, and they don't have that in the UFC right now. Although I think some of the girls could do atom weight, like Michelle Watterson and people like that. But even I think Karolina Kowalkiewicz could do 105. But yeah, featherweight's 145. There's some killers at that weight. Don't think that those are the little guys, man. Those guys walk around at 170. Those featherweights do. Get my tie straightened up here. This is going to be a great night. You can't even see my tie, can you? I got to Nice brown tie on here. Got my pocket protector in case I have any notes to make. Man, I am hyped for this. This is my first night doing a live stream for you guys. This is going to be my first play-by-play call of any kind in any sport. I'm just going to do what I normally do in everybody's ears when I'm watching the fights with them. Anybody who watches the fights with me, they always get pissed off at me because I'm always in their ear talking about this. It's like I'm giving them director's commentary of a movie they haven't seen before. So now I'm going to do it to the people who actually want it. You want it, you're going to get it right now. You're going to hear everything that's going on. I'm never going to shut up, especially if there's action going on. Here we go. So we got Derek Lewis starting it off with Ilir Latifi. Ilir Latifi, now he's not even ranked because this is his first fight at heavyweight. He was ranked at light heavyweight, and I think he still might be in the rankings. He hasn't left the division for good, as far as I know. But Derek Lewis is number 6. Ilir is coming in trying to join the heavyweights, but I think he came in with a little too strong of a fight. I think Derek is going to put him out. Yes, Jon does want to hurt Reyes. He took some things personal. Reyes was talking, when Reyes called Jon out several months ago, answering your question, Aaron, he actually mentioned to the world he reminded the world of Jon's problems, all the things that he's been in trouble for outside of the octagon, which is no secret. Okay, here we go. They're playing the music, and we're getting ready. They're going to start showing Lewis and Latifi. Okay, so right now they're showing some highlights of some of the previous fights, trying to build it up before they walk out. Man, this is going to be a good fight, but I just think Derek is going to take care of business. Ilir just looks like he's slow. He looks like he's lumbering. He doesn't look like he's telling us, he's trying to sell us that he's going to come in quicker. Thinks he's going to come in more agile, and I just think it's the opposite. Just seeing him walk around for the weigh-ins, he looked like he's just overweight looking. I mean, he's not even hard anymore. He used to have this crazy muscular physique. His muscles are all covered up with fat now. I don't know if something happened with his health and he's not telling us, and so he doesn't want to cut or he can't cut. But I don't know. I think the guy, he's not a heavyweight. He should cut down and change his life a little bit. Man, this is going to be great. Derek Lewis. Now, if he wins and they ask him why he wants to get out of there, and if he knocks Ilir out in the first or second round, he's going to have to give his catchphrase answer. Do you guys know what that is? My balls was hot. That's why I took his shorts off. He won if I took his shorts off. All right, here we go. So if you guys want to, you can go on your phones or computers and just kind of look up, like SureDog.com or look up Wikipedia. Wikipedia wouldn't have a photo most of the time, but go to the UFC website or something and look up these guys. You can see what they look like in case you've never seen them before. But this card is more than Jones and Reyes. It's Valentina Shevchenko, one of the best female fighters of all time. And maybe not historically yet, but as far as skills go, I think she's more skilled than any fighter in the UFC in any weight division. As far as the female fighters go, she fights undersized almost all the time, except now that she's the champion in flyweight. Here we go. We got Ilir Latifi walking out. He's walking out to Rocky's training montage. Dun 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 dun. He's walking out. Ilir Latifi's jogging through. He's jogging through and he's shadow boxing a little bit, walking through the crowd, kind of jogging through the crowd. He's walking up now. He's taking his shirt off with his guys. He's at the ref station here, taking his shoes off, checking him for his mouthpiece. He's hugging his coaches now. Oh, Alex Gustafsson is... Oh, that was not him. He looked like him, though. I thought he was in the house. I didn't think he'd come to Houston for this. Is who Chandler's brother? Me? Oh, yes. Oh, Chandler Jones. Yes, it is. Jon Jones, Jared. Yeah. Jon Jones is Chandler's barely older brother and Arthur's younger brother. Yes. Now, Jon Bones Jones is not just an MMA fighter. He's not just the champion. He is the GOAT, the greatest of all time. He is undefeated. He's never lost a fight. He's only lost one fight, but he didn't lose it. The referee stopped a fight he was winning by disqualification. He was murdering Matt Hamill. That was back in 2009, I believe. Okay, we're going to get back to this. I'll talk about Jon Jones later. Here we go. Larry He's dancing in the ring. He looks a lot better than he did last week or during the weigh-ins a few days ago. He's bouncing around now. He looked really slow the other day. He didn't even do a weight cut. I'm not sure why he would be walking around all slow and lethargic like he was, unless he's trying to trick Derek Lewis or something and trick us. If he did, he tricked me. But now he's bouncing around. Maybe it's the adrenaline. Here we go. Derek the Beast Lewis is walking out right now. The crowd is going crazy. Derek Lewis is a hometown boy. They're in Houston tonight at the Toyota Center, Houston, Texas. Jared, you're from Houston, I believe. No, you're from somewhere in Texas. The crowd's going crazy for Derek's walkout. He's all calm and collected. He's not walking out with a shadow box. He's not jogging. He's just real slow, very serious. He's sweating a lot, wearing his body armor towel. He's representing Kobe tonight. For you guys that don't know, Kobe was a big investor in Body Armor sports drink, which is a big, the number one sports drink sponsor of the UFC. And Kobe was also a investor in the UFC itself once they got bought out by IMG. So Kobe was a big part of the company. They did a big tribute for him at the beginning of the night. And the arena went crazy. They went nuts. It was so loud. And lights are down. They're about to play Dominick's music. Lights are dark. Oh, here we go. Dom's walking out now. He's not walking out in the arena. He's walking through the tunnels. He's coming through. He looks relaxed, but at the same time, I think it's a fake relax. He doesn't really look relaxed. He's trying to act like it for the cameras. He's singing along to his music. He's walking, he's playing. And Dom's got the American flag behind him. I respect him for that. He's got the American flag and a Mexican flag. He's Mexican-American heritage, but he lives in America. Good to see he's giving American flag props at least. Cain Velasquez sure as hell didn't do that, even though he was born and raised here. Here we go. Dominick's walking out. You know, I think he has confidence in himself, but you can see doubt. For some reason, I just see doubt. I've seen thousands of walkouts, and it just seems like he's trying to hype himself up or hype the crowd up. It doesn't seem like inside it's real. So Reyes is walking up now. He's hugging someone in the crowd. I think it might be some friends or family. He's walking up. Guys, if you're just now joining us, stay in here. We're going to be calling this fight as it happens right now. I'm watching the fights as they're happening right now. I'm going to let you know what's going on as the fight's going on. I'm not going to leave you. Israel P., thank you for joining us, sir. Dominick Reyes is at the ref station getting checked. He's getting he's getting the Vaseline on his eyes, on his nose, checking his gloves, mouthpiece, cup, and all that good stuff. Can you guys read those results out there? Cool. Thank you, guys. Thank you for the feedback on that. I appreciate that. Rockin' OV, I hear you with the blue. Don't have time to change it right now. Dominick is in the cage walking around. Now he's strutting. And Dominick is definitely taller than Jon Jones. But he's walking around strutting like Dominick is walking around like he owns that cage. He is serious. Now he's looking dead in the camera. Dominick is a different person than he was in the walkouts just now. A different guy altogether. He's in the cage and now everything has changed. Dominick is in the cage. Now they're going wide here. He's bouncing in the cage. He's walking around. He's strutting around like he means it. When he was walking out, I wasn't sold on him. I thought he was faking his way through with fake confidence. He gets in the cage, and he looks real as real can get. And now the lights are black. Everything's down, and it's dark. All you see are cell phones in the crowd. Nothing else. And Jon Jones' music is starting. It's still dark in the crowd. Here we go. Lights are slowly coming up. I am hyped for this fight, guys. And Jon is in the tunnel with his arms out like this right here, wearing his lion shirt. Now he's doing his signature woo. He's going, woo! Typical woo from Jon Jones. He's wearing his hat that says champion across the top. He's walking through the tunnel now, same way he always does. He knows he's in for a fight, but he also knows he's probably going to win, or in his mind, he believes that, and you have to believe him because he's Jon Jones. Now he makes his way out to the crowd and he stops. As soon as he comes out of the tunnel, he stops and looks around, takes it all in. The crowd's going crazy. He's walking through with full confidence. Jon's walking through. Here we go. I wonder how this is going to go. I think that Jon's going to get creative like he usually does. I think he's motivated tonight. I don't think that he's going to go in there and just kind of skate through like he did with OSP or Anthony Smith or any of those two fights. I think he's going to come out Cormier, Gustafsson style. I don't think he'll come out like he did back when he was young and we did all those, fights with, Rashad and Machida and Shogun and Rampage and all those Belfort and all those killers that he killed. But I think he'll come out like he did against in Cormier 2 and Gustafsson 2. And Dominick Reyes. If Dominick Reyes is going to win this, the only chance he has is that he's aggressive, he takes chances, and he catches Jon with something good, and then he expands on that. That's how Dominick wins this fight. If Dominick does not if he doesn't take chances, he's not going to win this fight. Dominick has to take chances. He's got to do things that is outside of being comfortable. And that means that even if Jon starts doing some weird stuff like he usually does, that creative work that Jon does, Dominick has to take chances. And then if he connects on one of those chances, he has to follow that up, which Dominick has great instincts to do that. That's how he's finished almost all of his fights, is when he gets someone hurt a little bit, he's on him like that. He doesn't let him off the hook. He doesn't let him off the hook, ever. He knows who they thought well, I'm not going to go there. But no, that's what he's got. If he doesn't do that, he's losing in any other way. Jon Jones, never lost a fight. I don't care what they say about Matt Hamill. I like Matt Hamill and everything, but it wasn't a loss. He's never lost a fight. He's never been defeated. He's lost his belt twice, but not by defeat. He lost the belt twice by being stripped from him being a stupid outside of the cage. But as far as in the cage, no fighter has ever beaten Jon Jones in his entire life, whether he's amateur, pro, or UFC. Pro and UFC. Okay, Jon's now slapping his legs, slapping his muscles. He's on the cage. He's down. He's crawling in like he usually does, doing his crawl. Jon Jones crawling the cage. Monkey style, like he used to. Here we go. Here we go. And Jon does his one-handed cartwheel. It's on now. It is for real. And Dominick is strutting in his corner still. Okay, so here's the deal. I'm going to explain this to you guys. They're both 6'4". Actually, I believe Dominick Reyes is 6'5". Now, here's the deal. The reach advantage is 77 inches for Dominick, 84.5 for Jon, which is 7.5 for inch. That's over a half a foot. It's not that his arms are longer than Dominick Reyes or his reach is longer. Reach is measured as a wingspan, like this right here, from end to end. So that means if you have wide shoulders with the combination of the length of your arms, your reach is going to be longer, even though you might have the same arm length as someone else. So that reach advantage doesn't always translate into who can punch closer or from a further distance away and connect. It doesn't always translate to that. In reality, Jones's 7.5 inch reach advantage is going to probably play out like a 3 inch reach advantage. All right, guys, here we go. Bruce Buffer. And now, this is the moment you've all been waiting for. Bruce Buffer. Live from the Toyota Center, Houston, Texas. Dominick's in his corner doing shoulder rolls. Man, you know, it's time! 5 rounds in the UFC Light Heavyweight division for the championship of the world. Fighting out of the blue corner, holding an MMA record of 12 wins, 0 losses, standing 6'4", which is a lie, he was taller than that. 205 pounds, which he weighs about 230 tonight. Fighting out of Victorville, California, from Mysteria, actually. Vegas underdog, 375. Dominick, the Devastator Reyes. And now, introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner. MMA record of 25 wins, 1 loss, not really a loss, 1 no contest, not really a no contest. Standing 6 feet 4 inches tall, 204 pounds, which probably weighs about 230 tonight. Fighting out of Albuquerque, New Mexico. 550 odds favorite. The reigning, undisputed light heavyweight UFC champion of the world, Jon Bones Murderers Row Jones. Guys, Jon Jones is the brother of Chandler Jones and Arthur Jones of the NFL, just so you know. Here we go. They're in the center of the cage. Dan Mergliata's bringing them together. Good ref. I like Dan. They touch gloves twice. No bad blood here. And you ready? Are you ready? Let's go. Round 1. Oh, and Dominick goes in for a punch immediately with a straight left. Jon grabs him and go for a takedown. They split up. Jon goes for a left oblique kick. Dominick goes for a left kick. Jon counters. Now they're bouncing around. Dominick's on the outside circle, and Jon's in the center of the cage. These guys are going at it right off the bat. There is no time wasted, no filling out period, no timing. Oh, and Dominick Reyes goes for a straight left. He is serious. Dominick Reyes is not playing around. He is not scared of Jon Jones. You can tell he's not scared at all. Confident. Oh, a left high kick from Dominick Reyes lands on the right side of Jon Jones, but Jon's is okay. Jon knows he's in for a fight. I believe Jon's is in for a fight now. Dominick Reyes circling out on the outside. He is serious. He is not scared of Jon Jones. He is not afraid to take a chance. Jon takes a left kick to Jon. They do a leg kick, and now Dominick is kind of, he's limping a little bit. Dominick comes in, throws 3 punches at Jon aggressively, doesn't do much damage, but Dominick Reyes is definitely taking chances. This is exactly what I thought. If he wins, this is what he's got to do. He's got to take chances. Jon is thinking now. You can see Jon the wheels are turning. He's wondering what to do. Jon is not used to somebody coming at him with this type of aggression. Dominick is throwing a right and a left. Jon ducks out, circles out. Fight IQ. That's what's. Oh, and Jon goes for a straight right as Dominick goes for a left. Oh, and Dominick throws a big right hook but misses. He is throwing for real. Dominick really believes he can win this. You can tell. Jon's feeling out a little bit. Jon looks like he's shook a little bit. Nobody's hurt, but Jon just looks mentally shook. He looks like, and Dominick is dancing now. Dominick is dancing around boxing style, and he throws a left low kick but misses. They're feeling out. Jon Jones getting a little arm, doing fake motions, Anderson Silva style right now. Dominick is dancing around. He feels very confident. You can tell Dominick comes out. He is not afraid of Jon Jones. Oh, and he puts Jon Jones down for the first time. I've never seen Jon Jones put down. It was more of a punch down. Jon's okay. Jon got up quick. Jon goes to say, oh, and Dominick hits him with the left. 2 lefts, and then another left. Jon is backing up against the cage. Jon, I've never seen him in this type of trouble. Dominick with another left. Jon is up against the cage. Dominick is confident. Oh, and another left kick from Dominick. Dominick connects with Jon's left face again. Jon circles back out. Well, Dominick is for real tonight. When he had that hard fight against Ozdemir, I didn't think he was going to come out like this. He is serious. He is taking no prisoners. And he lands a left on Jon's face, but Jon pushes out of it. Jon is in for a fight tonight. This is not going to be a walkover. I knew this was going to happen. If Dominick came out like he does, Dominick is a force if he uses it. And Dominick throws another left. He walks right in. He is not scared of Jon Jones. I don't know how many times I've said that, but he is not scared of Jon. And he throws a left low kick on Jon. Dominick's bouncing around, throws another left oblique, which is one of Jon's signature kicks. He's pulling tricks out of Jon's book now. And a left high kick on Jon. And another left liver kick and a left punch. And another left punch on Jon. He's chasing Jon down and Jon Jones is running away. And Jon gets tagged with another left from Dominick. And Jon throws a right kick to the Dominick stomach. Barely connects. Dominick backs up a little bit. Dominick throws a left leg kick. Jon kind of blocks it a little bit. Dominick is very confident. He did not come in scared. I was wrong on his walkout. He is not scared at all of Jon Jones. He believes Jon Jones is just a man. You can tell, just like he said in his interview earlier. Oh, when Jon grabs a left head kick that barely catches his toes on the end of Dominick's head. If that would have been a shin, that would have put him down. And another right kick from Jon Jones. Jon is starting to open up a little bit now, and Dominick's circling around to the outside. Jon Jones is Jon Jones keeps switching stances. He keeps going back from orthodox to southpaw. Now he's in orthodox again, but he was in southpaw a second ago. Wood clappers. 10 seconds left in the round. Oh crap, guys! I forgot to start my clock, or did my clock already end? This round's still going on. A few more seconds. Round's over. Wow, what a round. Best round of the night so far. And Jones jogs back to his corner to show people, to show his corner, to show the audience that he is not hurt. He jogs back to his corner. He's fine. Man, this is some great action going on. This deserves a good bumper for you guys.
Mental MMA.
great fight so far, guys. This is totally turning out the way I thought it would. I mean, not that I thought that Dominick Reyes was going to come out and do what he did, but that I thought it was going to be an action-packed fight. I knew it was going to be a good fight. I knew it wasn't going to be boring. It was not going to be a bore fest. I knew it. I'm not saying I knew Dominick was going to come out like he did, but I did tell you he had to come out like that, though, to get what he needs to do to win this fight. Here we go. Now, starting the second round again. Second round in business. Round 2. And it's more the same. Jon Jones is in the center of the cage. Reyes is on the outside. Throws a left kick. Jon comes out with an overhand left and misses. Jon is in the center. Dominick is on the outside. But just because Dominick's on the outside doesn't mean that he's defensive. Dominick has actually been the more offensive fighter in this fight. Dominick has definitely taken the aggression in this fight. And he throws a big left that misses on Jon. And Jon's not fazed by the miss. Jon throws a fake right kick, but he pulls back at the last second. Anything could happen in this here. Oh, and they're throwing punches now. They're trading. Dominick running in. He's rushing Jon Jones. He's chasing him down. Jon is running away, and Dominick has him against the cage. Dominick is throwing left and rights on Jon's face. Jon is just blocking. He's blocking right here, trying to hold him off, but Dominick is just throwing hard. Dominick's got Jon in trouble. Jon runs away out of trouble. Now they're back in the center of the cage. Jon survived. I'm going to get you guys an ole ole chant here in a second here. Here we go, guys. Ole ole chant just for you. I'm putting an ole chant in for you guys. This deserves it. Jon's still in the center of the octagon. Reyes on the outside. Jon goes for an oblique kick again. And another one. And Reyes throws a left kick. Jon holds it and punches him. Now they're off that. Jon's back in the center. Reyes is on the outside circling. Jon is back in orthodox stance. Reyes keeps switching. He's walking sideways now. Jon comes in. Dominick is slowing down. He's not the same as he was in the first round. Oh, he throws a big right uppercut on Jon. Doesn't connect that hard. Jon doesn't really get fazed by it. They're both in the center of the octagon now. And Jon throws a left, kind of an upper overhand. They're both looking good still. They're both mentally good. They're both physically pretty good. Nobody's slowing down too much. Dominick is just a little less aggressive than he was in the first round. He came out doing what he had to do, but this time Jon is he survived that first round. Jon is starting to do what Jon does now. Jon throwing a left front kick, a lead left. Dominick's still coming in. He's still initiating shots, not landing anything good. Dan Miragliotta's getting a workout, the ref. And Dominick's still coming in. He very much believes that he belongs in this cage right now with Jon Jones. Oh, Jon lands a straight left and rocks Dominick's head back. Jon gets a straight left jab and Dominick's head snaps back, but he's okay. Oh, and they both throw punches and miss at the same time. Wow, that was close. Oh, and Jon throws a right kick. Dom blocks it. Jon throws another kick to the left side, which would not be a liver kick. It would be more of like just a left rib kick. Liver's on the right side. Oh, and Dominick lands a left, and Jon throws a left at the same time. Dominick throws a left leg kick on Jon's right leg. Jon kind of semi-checks it. Another overhand left from Dominick. Barely connects. Jon doesn't really get fazed by it too much. Jon throws a low left kick. Still circling on the outside is Reyes. Jon throws a left side kick, lands right in the stomach of Reyes, knocks him back to the fence. Reyes goes, oh! Reyes lands a left uppercut to Jon and puts Jon up and makes Jon have to move out real fast. Now Jon's pushing away. I think Jon got hurt by that. Jon knows he's in a fight right now. You know, on points alone, I think Reyes has won this fight so far. Into the round. Man, on points alone, I believe that Reyes is up on the scorecards. Man. This deserves another promo, guys.
Mental MMA.
All right, guys. I don't have time to look at your stuff that's going on right now, but Rafael Hagoy, yes, I do believe that Dominick is going to be up on points right now. Now, sometimes when you're the champion, they have this, to be the man, you got to beat the man mentality, and that's true sometimes. But I've seen it before. When BJ Penn lost his belt to Frank Yeager, that was very close, and some people believe that it was too close to give his belt, but to take his belt from him. Round 3, here we go. They are both sweaty, and we are in business here. Round 3. They're both throwing low leg kicks at each other. They're both trying to take out each other's legs. They're both trying to wear out each other's legs. It's not only about getting the lumber. Oh, and Reyes lands a big left head kick to Jones' right face. Smack. You heard the skin connect. His top of his foot smacked with Jones' right face, and Jones took it like a champ. Still circling around. Dominick's on the outside. Jones is in the center of the octagon, circling around. Dominick is still initiating shots. He is not on the defensive. Dominick believes he belongs in this cage. Jon's putting his hand out for feelers, and Dominick is knocking his arm away. Dominick just lands a left kick to the body of Jon Jones. Jones is unorthodox, and Reyes, he's chasing down Jones with a kick, and Jon Jones has his back turned to Dominick Reyes, running away. Of course, it's what he's got to do. Get out of the situation and reset. Reyes is dictating this fight. Reyes is the puppet master in this fight right now. Jon is just doing what he has to do. Reyes lands a little right on Jon's head. A little overhand. A little hook. They're still throwing things. Nothing's getting close and landing. Jon goes for a spin kick, but it was half-hearted. You can tell he wasn't really going to land that. Third round, guys. Reyes throws a big left hook that misses. Reyes throws a left kick to lands on Jones' left leg. Oh, and he lands a big left uppercut on Jon Jones again, and Jones is still on the defensive. Jones is in the center of the octagon, but yet he's the one on defense. Jon Jones throws a big right head kick of his own, and yet that one lands pretty good. Jon goes for the takedown. He's got Reyes against the cage, and Jon's got a body underhooks. Nope. Jon had some underhooks on him, trying to get a takedown, and Reyes got out of it. Reyes' back is up against the cage. He throws a left elbow on Jon to get him to let go, and he does. And now they're back to squaring off again, circling the cage. Reyes throws a left body shot that does land. You can hear it land in the stomach of Jon Jones, and Jon takes it like a champ. Circling out still. Reyes circling away from Jon's right hand. Jon initiates a big right straight, but he misses it. Reyes comes back, both missing. Playing patty cake for a second here. Reyes throws a big left, misses. Kind of half lands, doesn't really do any damage. Jon is starting to check legs, check leg kicks, and reach for him with his hands, which means they're starting to affect him, I think. Jon throws a left. I think Reyes is slowing down just a little bit. He's still throwing hard shots, but he's slowing down. He's not quite as aggressive and fast as he was in the first round and a half. This is going to go another 4th round, guys. Reyes throws a left straight, that kind of a straight semi-hook straight. Lands on Jones's face, pops his head back. Jones still takes it, moves forward. Oh, Jon throws a jump front kick. And the bell goes off. Wow, good round. Jon is starting. It looks like the tide is changing just a little bit. It looks like that Reyes is slowing down a little bit. But Jon, oh man, I'm looking at a replay now. That left kick that Reyes landed on Jon's head, he hit him right here and sweat went everywhere. It was a flush kick to the head.
Mental MMA.
All right, guys. All right, guys, here we go. We're going into the 4th round now. These are the championship rounds. Fourth round, here we go. This is it. 4th round. We got one more round to go after this if it goes that long. And Reyes comes out straight away with the left low kick. Reyes is not as quite as efficient as he was before, but he's still going. Oh, now he's going at him again. Just as I say that, he's going at him. He's got Jon up against the cage now. Reyes is throwing shots right and left, right and left. Jon is trying to defend. Reyes is still trying to kick. Jon gets him with the body lock. Jon tries to go for a takedown and misses. Now, he's got Reyes' back up against the cage. Reyes is back up in a wizard position. Now he's back up. Jon body lock, and he's trying to go for a takedown, but he just can't get it. Now he's got him. Double leg takedown. Jon Jones on the fence. Reyes has got back up. He's back up on his feet already. Man, Reyes is hard to keep down. Jon is a heck of a wrestler, too. Remember, guys, Jon Jones' base is wrestling. Okay, they're up against the cage now. Jon is holding him. He's got wrist control on him. Okay, they break apart now. They're circling again. Both are in the center of the octagon this time. However, Reyes is more on the outside. Dan Mergalotti just yelled for somebody to watch their fingers. I think he might have been talking about Dominick Reyes. Okay, so it looks like Jon Jones' left eye is getting swollen. He's been hit a few good times. They're both in the center of the octagon circling. They both look tired. They both look like they're winded, and rightfully so. This has been a fast-paced fight, and they've been throwing a lot of shots each. They have not been standing around doing nothing. Jon goes for a double leg again. He puts him up against the cage, and Jon is expending a lot of energy. Now he's got a body lock on him. Reyes is trying to control his wrist now. trying to separate his wrist. Jon throws a knee from behind Reyes. Now they're separated again. 2:40 to go in the fourth round. Dominick just lands 2 shots to Jon. Dominick just lands 2 shots to Jones' stomach. I think Jones felt him. He's trying to act like he didn't, but I know he did. Man, Dominick is a big 205. We thought Jon Jones was a big 205. Dominick is even bigger. His legs are a little bigger than Jon's. Well, of course, that kind of goes. Most people's are. Dominick's still throwing shots. They don't have the zip on them they had before, but he's still putting them out there. Both of their faces got red blotches on them now. Dominick's actually bleeding a little bit, it looks like. I can't tell. He looks a little red on his nose. Oh, and Jon Jones throws a big left front elbow. And now he throws a left knee. Jon Jones tries to get him in a tie clinch, and he misses it. Dominick lands a left hook on Jon Jones. Jon Jones throws a right body punch of his own. Jon's got swollen lips and a big left eye right now. Jon goes for a right head kick, but it's mostly blocked by Dominick. Dominick throws a left. Jon's left eye is starting to swell a little bit. You can tell it's closing. I haven't seen Jon this beaten up since Gustafsson won. Dominick throws a left high kick. Jon blocks it with his forearm, but even when you block it with your forearm, those head kicks from a big guy like that, they're still going to get through. It's still going to make your forearm hit your head pretty hard, even if you're blocking it. We're at the end of the round here. Oh, Jon throws a left and lands it right on the jaw of Reyes. And he throws another one. Reyes misses a big over right-hand hook. And the round is over.
Mental MMA.
All right, guys.
Mental MMA.
Okay, so we got Greg Jackson, who's the coach of Jon Jones in his corner, telling Jon right now, he says, it's going to come down to this 5th round. Even Jon's coaches believe that Jon is down on the scorecards or at the very best, tied. Here we go, 5th round. Now, sometimes the coaches will say that to get the fighter to motivate him a little bit, even if they are winning. But I think he's being honest with this right now because I agree. I believe that the rounds are tied 2 apiece going into this 5th round. I believe they're 2 apiece, and that's at best. If not, it could be 3-1 Dominick so far. Jon could need a finish here. This is the last and final round right here. Once again, Jon's in the center. Dominick is circling on the outside. Dominick's still in these shading shots. Jon goes for a big, fast double leg takedown. He doesn't get it. Now he gets it, but Dominick pokes it. He pops right back up, man. Dominick has those long arms that he pushes himself off. He pushes himself off the cage to get back up off those takedowns. Jon's hanging on his back. Now Jon's got a body lock on him. He's going for a single leg now. Jon going for a single leg, high single leg. He's got Dominick pinned up against the cage. Now they're both loosened up. Dominick's still back is still up against the cage. Now they're out in the open. They're separated. Jon throws a right. He misses. Dominick ducks under. He misses. Circling again. Jon throws a body shot and lands. Oh, and Jon pops him with a straight right jab. It pops Reyes' head back. Now Reyes comes back and lands a few of his own. They're trading low kicks now. Jon throws another low kick. Circling around. Jon is on the offense. Reyes is on the defense, but he's still being offensive with his strikes. Jon circling out. Dominick's on the defensive now. Jon throwing a punch with a lead punch with a follow-up elbow. That was and Reyes lands a straight right on Jon. Jon throws a right kick, lands right in the upper stomach of Reyes. I'm not sure how much it affected him, but it could affect his cardio for the rest of the round. Less than 2.5 minutes left in this fight. Man, 5th round. This is going to be a close one if it goes to the cards. Oh, Reyes throws a big overhand right and follows with a left uppercut that misses. Jon throws a left spinning side kick. Or back kick. I'm sorry. A spinning back kick, not a side kick. Sorry. Now, yep. Jon is dictating this round like he did the last one. Oh, and Jones barely misses a left head kick that would have put him out if it would have connected. Good head movement by Dominick Reyes. He ducks right under it. Jon throws a leg kick and Dominick comes right under it. Dominick's left eye is bleeding now. Dominick has like a little cut right here. It's kind of just dripping a little bit. Not bad, just a little bit. Left side kick from Jon, lands in the stomach. Now Jon throws a oblique kick to the front right leg of Dominick. Dominick's still punching out some jabs. I'm going to give you guys an ole on this. Here we go, ole chant for you guys. Still separated and circling. 20 seconds left. I think Jon needs to do something good here, but he's not going to take a chance on anything stupid with 20 seconds left. Ten seconds. 8 seconds. Dominick's bleeding off of his left eye. Jones throws a half-hearted left spinning back fist, and the fight is over. Let's find out what happened here. Jon jumps up on the cage. He thinks he's celebrating. Dominick Reyes is walking around with his hands up like this right here, smiling, thinking he won. Jon is sitting on top of the cage, not smiling. I'm not sure what Jon thinks right now. I don't think he's 100% sure that he won this fight. All right, guys, hang tight here. We're going to get a decision here. This is going to go to the judges. 5-round fight for the championship. Jon Jones, Dominick Reyes, neither one of these guys have ever lost to another fighter as far as getting beat by another fighter. So whoever loses here, it's going to be the first time ever knowing the feeling of what defeat feels like. Jon Jones has never lost to a man in the cage as far as being beaten by a man, and neither has Dominick Reyes. One of these guys, has got to go. Who is it going to... Oh, he broke Dominick's nose with that one. Jon Jones landed a left hook like this right here, overhook, and it broke his nose. You could see Dominick's nose move. The bridge of his nose moves off to the side as Jon connects with it. Right on the slow motion replay, it showed his nose break. Man, that's going to be a replay. If you guys get to watch the replays of this in slow motion, watch that. His nose, you can see it right there. As soon as it connects, you see it. You see his nose, the bridge of his nose just goes... Aaron, I think Jon was he had all those body shots taken to him. Dominick did a lot of body shots on Jon. I think Jon didn't have any gas. I think he was out. I think he was messed up from all those body punches. He didn't have any gas. If you guys ask me what the score is, I'm going to have to say that Dominick wins this in a split decision. I think he won 3 rounds to 2. I think Dominick won 1 and 2 decisively. I think he won 3 very, very closely. And I think the last 2 were Jon's. Barely. Man. Is Jon going to lose his belt for the first time ever to someone? Here we go. Bruce Buffer. Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecard. The judges score the contest 48-47, 48-47, 49-46 for the winner by unanimous decision. And still, oh my gosh, Jon Jones is still the champion. Wow, Jon Jones kept his belt. He won a unanimous decision. Oh man, 3 rounds to 2. That was so close. Dominick Reyes is a good sport. Wow. I would not call that a robbery, but I'm somewhat surprised. Here we go. Rogan's asking him if he thought it was surprising. Hold on, guys. Jon has given Dominick respect. Said he didn't. Not the same respect that he had before. He said he's giving him respect now. I told you guys, Dominick was for real if he came out and it was aggressive, and he was for real. Jon believes that. He's saying right now, he's telling Joe Rogan he believes that 5th round won him the fight. And we got Chandler Jones in the cage standing right behind Jon. Chandler Jones from the Arizona Cardinals is standing right behind Jon Jones in the cage right now. Yes, Aaron, you're right. Reyes' takedown defense is excellent. In fact, it's awesome. Jon Jones is... People think Jon Jones is a kickboxing striker. He is, but he's a wrestler first. Remember, he took down Daniel Cormier and controlled Daniel Cormier on the ground. Jon Jones did that. He's a wrestler. He's a college NCAA wrestler. That's his base. And Reyes kept popping up. You're exactly right. Reyes' takedown defense is amazing. Here we go. Rogan's asking Jon Jones if he wants to go to heavyweight. Big question. They're asking Jon Jones if he wants heavyweight. Jon Jones's grandma's in the cage and she's 6 feet tall at 83 years old. Wow, what a fight, guys. What a fight. He's going to... Okay, here we go. Joe Rogan's talking to Dominick now. His nose is definitely broken. You could see it happen earlier. It's not Rich Franklin broken or Mike Perry broken, but it's broken. Dominick is being a good sport. I think Joe Rogan believes that Dominick won this fight. The type of questions he's asking Dominick and Jon, I think Rogan believes that Dominick won the fight. Man, it was so close. I wouldn't call it a robbery, but if Dominick had won, I could not have argued with it. Dominick Reyes is being a really good sport right now. I told you guys. I told people, I said, Dominick Reyes is real. Everybody was sleeping. They kept saying he's going to get murdered. But I said, Dominick is real, man. He's for real. And if someone were to bet on Dominick tonight, I said, I would not laugh at him. I told Aaron that. I said, if someone bets on Dominick Reyes tonight, I said, I will not laugh at their face for doing that. And a lot of people nearly won some good money tonight. Dominick and Jon are talking in the center of the cage right now, having a buddy-buddy conversation, almost like they're talking over drinks or something. Good sportsmen on both ends. Jon got messed up a little bit too. Jon's left eye is a little swollen. He's going to have a black eye out of that. Dominick's a little messed up too, but neither one of these guys look like they've been in a car wreck or anything like that. But I think Jon is relieved. I kind of agree with how it goes about, to be the man, you got to beat the man mentality. I believe in that. However, I believe that you can also win a belt on a decision too, as long as it's a decisive decision. But this one was pretty close because 1 and 2, I believe that Reyes did win, guaranteed. Jon won 4 and 5, and round 3 was the deciding round right there. That was the one that made it to where it could have went either way. And that's where you just say, hey, you know what? It wasn't convincing enough to take the belt off of a guy who's had the belt for nearly 10 years and has never lost it. It's been taken from him, but he's never lost the belt to another human. So yeah, good. So I'm gonna go ahead and look at these chats you guys did. I did not look at very many of these the whole time I was doing this. So let me take a look here and see how far back we go. All right, so we have Rafael Hagoy. Thank you for joining us, man. I appreciate that. I see you in Von Allen Sports chats a lot. Thank you for coming over. Thank you. Rockin' OV says, I want to see Jones beat Cormier again. I would love to see that again, too. He's already beat him twice, but that won't happen. They're not going to fight again. That beef is over with. Jones won both fights, and that will not happen anymore. Although there is a new weight division now that Cormier went to, but I think he just wants Stipe or he's going to retire. Oh, wow, these went back a long way. Hold on a second here. Mr. Automotive in the house. Thank you for tuning in, Mr. Automotive. I appreciate that, man. A big mainstay at Von Allen Sports, along with Jared Weaver and Rafael Hagoy and a lot of other good guys over there. Let me see here. Israel P. I'm assuming this is the oldest brother. No, I believe Arthur is the oldest brother of the Jones family. Oh, you're talking to me. You're talking about me. Yeah, I'm the older brother. I'm 29 and 7/8, so not really. Let me see here. No, I am the oldest. No, all kidding aside. Reyes will be nothing by the third round. Well, that didn't. Of course, we saw that he still was around. He wasn't the same as the first and second, but he was still around. Jon will have him knocked out by the fourth. I never thought that was going to happen. Once it got to I knew that they were in for a long fight once Reyes came out, hot like he did. Rafael Hagoy, the first fight with BJ Penn and Frankie Edwards was controversial. You're exactly right. I mentioned that earlier. I really thought that Frankie did not beat him convincingly enough to take his belt, and you can see BJ was surprised as well when that happened. Jon is blocking a lot. Stephen Allen says, sounds like Jon can take hard shots that others can't. It does. Some of those shots that Dominick was landing in the first and second round are shots that he's actually gotten guys prepared with the putaways. Like some of the shots that Dominick landed on Jon tonight have been shots he's landed on other people that have started the beginning of the end for other fighters. So it's true. Jon can take a shot. But, we found that out when Jon fought Alexander Gustafsson the first time. We knew Jon could take a shot after that fight. Jared Weaver says, this is like old school baseball commentary. I know, man. That's what this was all about. That's exactly the feel I was trying to go for. That's why I call it play-by-play. I wanted to go for that old school radio baseball game style. So I got to get better at it, but, this is my first one. Why was Jon fighting the fifth round as if he had won? He like I said before, he had a lot of body. Dominick is a big, strong guy, and he landed a lot of body shots on Jon and took the wind out of him. Jon is not going to be able to do his creativity like he normally does at that point. Jared Weaver, I guess we're getting repeats soon. I'm not sure what you're referring to. Or rematch. Okay, there we go. Yeah, no, there will not be a rematch for this fight. If there is, it'll be after Reyes wins another couple of fights again. There will not be an immediate rematch. There's other people that can step up and come in and challenge Jon. Although, on the flip side of that, Jon has cleaned out the division for several years now. And really, to be honest, the only guys left after this are mostly scrub fighters. I mean, I wouldn't call them scrub fighters, but compared to Jon, I'd say the next best thing is probably going to be Johnny Walker. And I believe when Johnny lost to Corey, I think that was a fluke. I think that Johnny Walker was being stupid. And I think that if he fought Corey again, he would beat Corey. And I think if Johnny fought Jon Jones, he would put on at least as good a performance as Dominick did tonight. So you're hearing it first. Well, you didn't hear it here first, but a lot of people believe this. It's not news. Johnny Walker will be the next guy to challenge Jon in a close fight or beat him, one or the other. What would I rate the fight overall by Israel P? I'm not sure what you mean by that. I would rate it as a great fight. It reminded me a lot of the Jon Jones Gustafsson 1 fight, except that a little less damage, but it reminded me of that fight a little bit. Aaron, their mother is blind. His mom is dead now. I believe she died already. She died like 2 or 3 years ago. That was his grandmother in the cage. And it's not his mother is blind. It's that his dad is mostly blind. His mother, I don't think she was blind, but she may have been. But I think his dad is the one that has the bad vision, that he's nearly almost blind. And his dad was in the cage just now. And Jon's mom is actually dead. She died a couple of years ago, I believe. No, Stephen, it is not John Cena broken. It's not as bad as John's was. It's not as visually disfigured. But when the punch connected in slow motion, you can see it, that the bridge did move over and it stayed there. It did not bounce back. So it definitely was broken. We'll find out tomorrow or tonight. This was not John's best. This is not John's best performance. I agree, it was not his best, but at the same time, he was also forced. Yeah, okay, here's the thing. A lot of people are gonna talk about John's fight tonight and the way he performed. Well, it's not that Jon was being a bad fighter tonight. It's that Reyes put him in that position. Reyes came out hot right off the bat, and he stunned Jon. And what I mean by stunning Jon is not just stunning him by a punch. He stunned Jon with his aggression and his just offense, and that's what made Jon not being able to fight like typical Jon. And that's exactly what I said before the fight had to happen. Dominick had to do that, and that's what he did. The only thing is he couldn't maintain it the whole time, and Jon did a great job of defending. Yeah, Jon put on his Nikes and ran away sometimes, but that's what you got to do to get out of the scrum. You got to get out of danger. You got to retreat so you can come back and attack again. That's what that's called. That's a fight IQ. That's what Jon has, and that's what saved him in this fight was his fight IQ. Jared Weaver, did I go 5 for 5 on picks? No, I actually lost the one fight. I picked Juan Adams to beat Justin Tafa, the big heavyweight fight, and the one where Justin knocked him out. So I was 4-1 tonight on my picks. Rockin' OB says, I just want to see Cormier cry again. Oh my gosh, I do too. He cries. He's a big baby. I hate Daniel Cormier so bad. I know when you do MMA shows and you're an MMA guy or whatever, you're not supposed to tell the guys you like or dislike, but I'm an emotional guy. I wear my heart on my sleeve. I let people know what I'm thinking, and I'm not a Daniel Cormier fan. You have to respect the fact that he wins so much and he can get it done. He can get the job done, except against Jon Jones and except against Stipe Miocic the second time. But I just do not like Daniel Cormier. He's an intentional eye poker. He's just I don't know. I'm just not a Cormier fan. I don't like the way he carries him. I'm just not a fan of his. Of course, we all have our guys we like and dislike. But if you want to, you can ask me what fighters I like and dislike, and I'll tell you who my favorites are and who my non-favorites are. Oh, here we go. Israel P says, Jason, who is your favorite MMA fighter ever, and who do you think personally is the GOAT? GSP, Silva, Jones, or Cormier? Israel P, are you still on? If you are, I'm going to answer your question. Let me see here. Israel P, let's see if you're still on here, and I'll answer you. Okay, Israel, I'm going to answer your question. Let me go back here to where you were at. Okay, Israel P says, Jason, who's your favorite MMA fighter ever? And who do you think, ever, not just right now, and who do you think personally is the GOAT? GSP, George St. Pierre, Anderson Silva, Jon Jones, or Daniel Cormier? Okay, I'm going to have to say my favorite fighter, the first question, which is different from the second question. My favorite fighter of all time to watch is Vitor Belfort. And Vitor Belfort, TRT, Vitor Belfort. But he's my favorite to watch of all time. He's always in an exciting fight, win or lose. If he wins spectacularly. If he loses spectacularly. That's my favorite fighter to watch of all time. And a close one is Tony Ferguson, El Cucuy. I like to watch Tony Ferguson fight. Tony Ferguson is the only guy I've ever made a song about. In fact, if you guys stick around, I made a music video and a rap song about Tony Ferguson, specifically just for him. He actually heard it on Instagram and he liked it, so I know he knows about the song. And some of the fans know about it, and we're trying to lobby for him to use it as a walkout song for his next fight against Khabib, or that's not going to happen, but at least use it as an open workout song during his open workouts, because he uses a lot of songs on open workouts. Anyway, I did a rap song about Tony Ferguson, who is my favorite current fighter right now, one of them, and I'll play that for you guys. I'll put the video on this stream right now in just a minute after I get done with these questions, if you guys want it. You guys have never heard me rap before, have you? All right, so Israel, I'm going to finish the second part of that question. Who do I think personally is the GOAT? Okay, now this isn't, you got to remember, there's more than just the UFC. There's a bunch of other promotions that have used, Strike Force, you had WEC, you have LFA Legacy, you have King of the Cage, you have Rage in the Cage, you have Bellator, Pride, ONE FC, all those. But even at that, I'm reminding you of this, not because I'm going to pick someone that you would unexpect, but I'm picking someone that's actually in the UFC. And I think the greatest fighter of all time is, and I'm not just saying this, but I've said this before, Jon Jones. And I will say that because of his history, not because of anything else, but it's the history of who he's fought and how he beat them. The guy came in, I'm changing his nickname to Murderer's Row. He's no longer Bones. Jon Jones is Murderer's Row. When he first came in, he dominated everyone. He fought Shogun in 2011 for the title. I hated Jon Jones back then. I absolutely hated him. I'm a big Mauricio Shogun Rua fan, and I wanted Shogun to keep that title that he got off of Machida. I really wanted Shogun to beat Jon Jones. Jon Jones completely made Shogun look like he wasn't Shogun. You guys got to remember, Shogun is crazy. This guy's from Pride, back when you could soccer kick people. That means when someone's on the ground, you were allowed to stand up and soccer kick him in the head. You were allowed to soccer kick him in the head. You could head stomp them. You could take your foot and stomp on their head, just like Chong Li from Bloodsport. You could do all that stuff. That's where Mauricio Shogun Rua came from. Jon Jones beat up Mauricio Shogun Rua to where he collapsed. He just crouched down in the cage and gave up. He was so beaten up. Jon Jones was beating the crap out of Rua. He deserved that win. It bothered me, but he did. After that, he went on to defend that belt at 23 years old. He beat Machida. He choked out Machida like he was nothing. He beat Belfort. After Belfort broke Jon Jones's arm, Belfort had Jon Jones in an inverted armbar, upside down. Jon Jones' arm popped. You could see it. It popped. Jon Jones had a dislocated arm, basically, and he still beat Vitor Belfort. And this is a TRT Vitor Belfort. He beat Rampage Jackson. He beat Rashad Evans when Rashad was at the top of his career. Rashad was a very dangerous fighter when he first came out. When he was champion, when he lost all that weight after he was on the Ultimate Fighter, he lost weight, got in shape, became very dangerous, knocked out Chuck Liddell to win the light heavyweight title. He beat Rashad Evans. He beat Chael Sonnen. He beat... Just the list just goes on. I can't even name everybody. He's beat Daniel Cormier twice, Alexander Gustafsson twice. He beat OSP. He beat so many people now, and most recently Anthony Smith, Thiago Santos. Which I think if Thiago's legs hadn't been blown out, I think he could have beaten Jon in that fight. To be honest, but anyway, Jon Jones is the greatest ever because of his resume and how long he's been a champion. The fact that he's never lost his belt to another human being that's actually beat him. Not being stripped of his belt, but his belt being taken from him. So that's who my GOAT is. And as far as the GOAT, as far as martial arts, being a martial artist, and not for wins or who he's beat, Anderson Silva is the most impressive martial artist I've ever seen compete ever in the history of martial arts. The guy is a human video game. Anderson Silva, I hated his guts back when he first came to the UFC from Pride. When Anderson Silva was in Pride, he actually fought a lot of crazy fights. He fought a guy named Carlos Newton, who's one of my favorite fighters of all time. If you guys don't know about Carlos Newton, I'm going to do a whole show on Carlos. But anyway, he fought a lot of guys. He came to UFC. He dominated, but his resume was not the same as Jon Jones. However, when Anderson Silva fought, it was literally like someone was controlling him with a video game controller. It was insane to watch Anderson Silva fight. I hated Anderson so bad. when he fought Chris Weidman in 2013. Chris took that belt, the first time Anderson ever lost a fight in the UFC, first time he lost a fight, whether it be title, non-title, or of any kind. When he did that, I was so happy for Chris. I'm so glad Anderson lost. A couple of years later, nostalgia hit me, and then I became a big Anderson fan, which I couldn't appreciate Anderson as much. I mean, I appreciated him when he was champion, when he did all that stuff, when he was in his prime. But after he lost to Chris a few years later, I got older, and I just kind of respected things more about him. And now I'm an Anderson fan. But anyway, that's who my GOAT is Jon Jones. My favorite fighter is Vitor Belfort. Coincidentally, they fought each other and broke each other's arms, basically. All right, moving on. Steven says Jon Jones and Conor McGregor are the GOATs. I wouldn't agree with Conor McGregor. Let me see. I used to watch the old school MMA. Cool. Israel P. I don't think McGregor has reached GOAT status yet. No, he hasn't, and he never will. It's too late for him to do that. He's already got too many blemishes right now for him to reach GOAT status. He never will. Johnny Walker, Red. I don't know what you mean by red, but Johnny, is that maybe someone? But no, Johnny Walker, he's a fighter in the UFC. I'm not sure what the red means. Israel P. But McGregor is my personal favorite. That's cool. I understand that. McGregor's exciting to watch. I'll watch a McGregor fight anytime. I don't like the guy very much, but he's exciting to watch, and you're never going to waste your money watching McGregor fight. I don't blame you for McGregor being your favorite fighter because to watch him. I don't really judge a lot of fighters on their personal lives unless they're just somebody I just can't look at or deal with. But McGregor, he's exciting to watch, but he'll never be GOAT as far as I'm concerned, from a competitor's standpoint, technically. JP, I want to visit his tailor. Yeah, those August McGregor suits that McGregor does. Israel P. McGregor got humbled. Yes, he did, by Khabib and by Nate Diaz. And I think that if he fights Tony Ferguson, he could possibly get humbled again. Stephen Allen says, McGregor looked like his old self in the last fight. Yes, when he just had a fight with Donald Cowboy Cerrone, he did look like his old self. However, Donald Cowboy Cerrone is known for folding early. Rafael dos Anjos did it. RDA did it to the same exact thing that McGregor did to Donald Cerrone when Donald was even 4 years younger than he is now. He did that to him. Nate Diaz beat up Cerrone the same way. Cerrone either loses pretty quickly. Darren Till did the same thing that McGregor did, basically, except it took him an extra round, half a round. But Donald's known for folding under fast pressure. If somebody comes out strong or hot and Cerrone doesn't have a chance to kind of figure things out, he usually gets beat in the beginning with that. So, but I will agree though. I do believe that McGregor did look great. He looked very, very, very good. And I think if he would have fought Khabib the other day when he fought Cerrone, I think the fight would have been a lot closer than it was in the first one. Von Allen Sports. Daniel Cormier and his butt buddy Kane both suck. I'm with you on that. I think Kane is highly overrated. I think he was a great fighter and he was a tough guy, but his resume is nothing. His resume is nothing compared to some of the other fighters. I mean, those two fights against JDS were pretty good, but let me see. Who do you like and dislike? Oh, man, it's a big list of both, actually. I got a big list of both of them. Let me think about this for a second as I move on here. Belfort, Israel P says Belfort interesting. Also, I already love Masvidal. He's really down to earth when he's not taking the fight game. If you guys don't know who Jorge Masvidal is, he got known for doing those backyard fights with Kimbo Slice way back in the 2000s. I'm talking like 2006, 2007. He was known as Ponytail. I believe that was his name, Ponytail. That was his fighter name. Jorge Masvidal used to fight. He had real short hair, or he had long hair for a while. Then he got short hair again. Now he grew his hair again. But he used to do the backyard fights with Kimbo Slice on YouTube. That's how Jorge Masvidal got known. Then he got serious. He went to an MMA gym, went to down in Florida. What is it? American Top Team. He went to American Top Team in Florida. He got serious, started training MMA, started learning wrestling, started learning different things to become a well-rounded MMA fighter. And he really didn't do that good. He was in the UFC for a good while, and he was a 50-50 fighter. I mean, he'd win one, he'd lose one. He'd win one, he'd lose one. And then this past year, he blew up. He had some great knockouts. He knocked out Darren Till very quickly. He knocked out Ben Askren very quickly, and then he took out Nate Diaz bloody. So yeah, I agree that Jorge Masvidal is getting everything he deserves right now with what he's done in the past year. You get him before last year, and Jorge Masvidal is average. I mean, Stephen Wonderboy Thompson took him out at welterweight, yeah, Jorge Masvidal is kind of weird because I think he's had a resurgence. I think he's been reborn, and so he's a different fighter than he was before. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see where Jorge goes. He's definitely been exciting to watch lately, for sure. Masvidal is too cocky, and it's going to get him hurt. I agree that he is too cocky, but I'm not sure it's going to get him hurt depending on who he's fighting. He's fighting Kamaru, the fake Nigerian, or Marty Usman, the fake Nigerian next. And Marty Usman is not going to hurt Masvidal, no matter how. Even if Usman wins, he's not going to hurt Masvidal. He's just going to wrestle him, and because he's not going to stand with Masvidal like he did Colby Covington. That's not going to happen. He's going to wrestle Masvidal and try to grind him out and for a decision or whatever. Maybe throw some strikes here and there, but Masvidal is not going to get hurt in his next fight against Usman. He might lose, but he's not going to get hurt. Jared Weaver says, was Royce Gracie a UFC fighter? Jared Weaver, Royce Gracie was a UFC fighter. In fact, his family started the UFC. They were the ones who got the UFC started, and they planned the whole thing, and they hired the first fighters from UFC 1 all the way through like UFC 4 or 5, I think. They hired all the fighters. They handpicked everyone. They were in control of the UFC, although there was an owner that was actually put the money up. But Royce Gracie and his family were the ones who started the UFC. So Royce Gracie was a UFC fighter. Jared Weaver, wasn't Royce all badass? He was not badass as a fighter. He was only good at jiu-jitsu. He could not throw a punch to save his life. He couldn't throw a kick to save his life. He couldn't throw an elbow or a knee to save his life. But what he could do is something that no one else in the world was better at the time, and that was take somebody down, get a takedown, and make them tap, no matter who they were. Ken Shamrock, it doesn't matter who you are. You were tapping to Royce Gracie back then. Yes, Israel P. The fondest memory of Silva was when he broke his leg on that leg check by Chris Weidman. Yeah, that's a pretty good memory of his, but he has a lot of good ones before that. But yeah, that's definitely in there. That's one of the top memories of him for sure. 2013. Actually, that was it was right around December. I think it was December 30th or 31st of 2013. Oh, Jared Weaver, I got you now. The Johnny Walker red, blue, black, Johnny Walker whiskey labels. I don't know whiskey labels. I'm not familiar with alcohol stuff, so I don't know about the labels and stuff. So sorry I didn't get that. Israel P. I wonder who TB12's favorite fighter is. I don't know. Would it be a Boston fighter? I don't know. Nightwalker, good question, Israel. Bottom Sports, Jason, tell them about Silva's comeback against Chael. It's literally the same thing as the Patriots comeback because it was for the belt. Okay, so Aaron asked me a question about Anderson Silva and Chael Sonnen. I'm not sure which one you're talking about, but I assume you're talking about the first fight because they fought twice. Anderson Silva fought the first time with Chael Sonnen. Chael Sonnen's a wrestler. He's a college wrestler. He's not a good striker at all. He basically does what Royce Gracie does, except instead of jiu-jitsu, it's wrestling. And, of course, Anderson Silva, he's good at everything. Anderson Silva's a well-rounded fighter. He's not good at wrestling, though. Anderson Silva's good at jiu-jitsu, but it's not the same thing. When Anderson faces a wrestler, he gets in big trouble. He's easily controlled. Every wrestler that's fought Anderson Silva has been able to control him on the ground. Travis Lutter, if you guys remember Travis Lutter, most of you probably don't, he controlled Anderson Silva through almost the whole entire fight. And what Aaron's referring to about the Anderson Silva-Chael Sonnen fight actually happened during the Anderson Silva-Travis Lutter fight. Same thing. But what Aaron's referring to is Anderson Silva fought Chael Sonnen in the first fight. They thought Anderson was going to win it pretty easily. Chael Chael Sonnen controlled Anderson for 4.5 rounds. All the way up, I think there was 40 seconds left in the 5th round of a title fight. Chael was winning all 4 rounds. In fact, he was winning the 5th round. So Chael was winning 5 rounds on the scorecards. He was going to become the first person in history to take the belt off of Anderson Silva. He was 40 seconds away, or was it a minute? 50 seconds. Somewhere between 40 seconds and a minute, he was away from winning the belt from Anderson Silva. 5 rounds, and Anderson catches Chael in a weird-ass triangle choke. Which a triangle choke is when you take your legs and you do a blood choke from the bottom position. It happened to be from a bottom position in this one. You do it from different positions. It's from the bottom on this one. He got Chael Sonnen in a leg triangle around Chael Sonnen's neck. He had to tap, and that was it. Chael won 5 rounds against Anderson Silva and lost. That's what Aaron's referring to. That was Anderson Silva, Chael Sonnen, part 1. So that's what happened with that. And if you want to see something similar to that, was Travis Lutter did the same thing. Balance Sports. I've seen Tom at John's fights, probably because of Chandler. Possibly. Well, remember, Tom Brady is, I think he's friends with Dana White too, so Dana definitely gives him tickets when he's in town. All right, I think I've answered most of your questions. So how many of you guys out there know who El Cucuy Tony Ferguson is? I'm going to play a bumper for you guys.
Mental MMA.
There you go. I thought you guys might enjoy that. Okay, so Israel P. Ferguson, you never heard of him, honestly. Okay, no offense, Israel P., but you probably don't follow MMA very closely these days. It sounds like you know a lot of the older fighters, but Ferguson actually has been around for a long time. He's been around for about 10 years now. He actually won the Ultimate Fighter, and he currently has the longest win streak in the the lightweight division, the 155-pound division, next to Khabib Nurmagomedov, who obviously has never lost. Tony Ferguson is a bad dude. Here's the thing about Tony is he's very creative. He trains very unorthodox. He fights very unorthodox, and he's very well-rounded. He does not have any weaknesses. He's actually originally a wrestler, but his striking is crazy weird, and he can submit anyone at any time. He can throw submissions out from anywhere, and he's just weird. He's very weird, and he's tough. He's got a chin. He can nearly get knocked out on his feet, lights out, and before he hits the ground, he's awake, and he's fighting like nothing ever happened, and the ref doesn't even realize it. He's a very tough guy. Tony El Cucuy Ferguson is probably my favorite fighter on the roster right now of any weight class. He's fighting Khabib Nurmagomedov in April for the title, and they've been on schedule to fight 4 times so far, and it's been canceled each time for different reasons, bad weight cuts, someone getting injured, whatever it may be, and it's just never happened. If you don't know much about Tony Ferguson, look up his highlights. He's ranked number 1 in the world right now. I mean, right next to the champion. He's the number 1 contender in the world after Khabib, who's the champion of the weight class. And they're going to fight in April. And so, anyway, that's who Tony Ferguson is. Yeah, I'd like to take some phone calls. I got to figure out how to do that. So this is my first time doing all this. No worries, Israel P, man. I thank you for joining us. You don't have to be a hardcore fan to be here. In fact, I like it when the casual fans show up because, it gives them a chance to see and hear what's going on and get, my take on stuff. And so I'm not just here for the hardcore fans or anything like that. I'm here for anyone who's interested in, just watching or talking MMA. It doesn't even have to be UFC. It can be one of the other promotions. I honestly believe the best welterweight on the planet is not in the UFC. I think the best welterweight on the planet is in another promotion, and it's Bellator, and I believe it's Douglas Lima. I think if Douglas Lima came to the UFC, he would be the UFC welterweight champion. By the way, guys, we got a lot of Von Allen sports guys here right now. These guys here, they're members of the Von Allen Sports channel, and it's a great football channel. In fact, it's the best one there is right now. He has big popular football players on there from the NFL. He has college players. He has coaches. He has a lot of great fans that put in a lot of great input on his videos and his live shows. Go to Von Allen Sports. It's very easily searchable on YouTube. Just Von Allen Sports, and like it, subscribe to it. You'll like his videos. The fans put in a lot of good stuff too. Thank you, Mr. Automotive. I appreciate that, man. So I'm going to, for those of you who have not seen my channel promo that came out, I'm going to play it for you right now. It's going to last almost 2 minutes, but this is my channel promo. A little history about me and my martial arts background and as a fan. You know, I'm not going to claim that I'm this, martial arts guy, but it's more of like a funny video. It's more comedic, but it is real. The material on it is legit. And everything in it it's true, but I did it in a kind of comedy way so people don't think I'm trying to be serious. So I don't get challenged in fights about people all the time. But I thought it was a funny video to make up. But anyway, here goes. Check this out, and I'll see you right back here in a couple of minutes.
I wanted to be a Power Ranger. I joined a Taekwondo gym and ran through the ranks. I began to compete to test my mettle. Sparring in the living room was a must. I went to the World Championships and placed in both forms and sparring. After winning many trophies, I wanted something more. Addicted to the best MMA promotions at the time, Pride and UFC, it was time to film my first real martial arts movie. Complete with a training montage, Stealing Sunrise 2 Malibu Trail was the first film to showcase my passion for the martial arts. I achieved my first degree black belt. Bored don't hit back, so I tested myself against the cinder block and emerged victorious. Battling giants on screen and legendary modern-day martial arts legends like Richard Ryan, this film was the seed that grew into what is today Mental MMA. Bringing you live play-by-play action, debating current hot topics in MMA and more. This is the place to be. It's on.
All right, guys, here we go. We got a few more of these comments with you. Let's go. Yep, that's a Von Allen Sports thing. Let's go. Well, I got one that's kind of like it's on. So kind of got one similar. Mine is actually trying to play off of Bruce Buffer's, it's time. So it's kind of a similar thing to that. What could JDS done to become the best heavyweight of all time? He could have beat the crap out of Kane three times. Actually, he would have only had to fight him one more time, but yeah. Now I want to watch Stealing Sunrise 2 again. So guys, in my little promo video you just saw, that's from an actual movie that I made called Stealing Sunrise 2 Malibu Trail, which was a sequel to a movie I did called Stealing Sunrise. If you have Amazon Prime, you can watch those for free right now. Right now, just turn them on Amazon Prime. You can watch my movies for free. They're on there. Stealing Sunrise and Stealing Sunrise 2 Malibu Trail. Look them up. Amazon Prime. Board, no hit back. You're right. XFL started today. Cool. All right, guys. Does anyone have any more questions or any more comments about the fights? I'm gonna go ahead and call this stream here in a second. If you don't, Mr. Automotive, thank you for that. Awesome. Thank you, Steven, for owning all the movies. I appreciate the support. Once again, Jon Jones retains his title. I didn't update my results on here, but let me update that. All right. Cool. Thank you, Raphael. I appreciate that, man. It's been fun for me, too. This is my first ever live stream doing anything, so it was kind of a weird process, but I got on just in time for the first fight. I tried to get on 30 minutes earlier. We had some problems tonight, and but yeah, finally got it. I got things worked out. Steven says McGregor will fight Diaz or Khabib. What McGregor is wanting to do, actually, is he's holding on. He would want to fight again in April. The problem is, though, is that he's holding off because he thinks that the Tony Ferguson-Khabib fight is going to get canceled again like it's done 4 times previously. It's been 4 times that fight has been canceled. It's almost like it's not meant to be or something. McGregor believes that something is going to happen where Khabib or Tony will not show up for that fight for one reason or another, and McGregor wants to step in and take the place of whoever doesn't make it to the fight. That's what McGregor's looking for. That will be his next fight. If that doesn't happen, they will immediately schedule McGregor versus another fighter, and I'm not sure who that will be, but it could be a Diaz 3, but at the same time, there's some other good fights awaiting McGregor as well. Khabib, after the April fight, he's going to be out of commission till the end of summer because he does what's called Ramadan, where he doesn't eat he fasts, during the day for or certain hours of the day, and he can't train and fast like that because of his Muslim religion. So he'll be out for a while. So we'll see what happens with McGregor. Raphael, got to brush up on MMA. That's right, man. Get back into it. It's a really good time for MMA right now. Nightwalker, pretty good first stream. Thank you, man. I appreciate that very much. I didn't know I was doing. Just kind of going off the cuff a little bit, doing what I felt I wanted to do, and so hopefully you guys liked it. It'll get even better. Hopefully the fights are really good tonight, but sometimes the fights are better. We get a little more damage, a little more TKOs and submissions and things like that. Thanks, Dad, for the great show comment. I appreciate that. Thanks for everything. Dad was with me on the computer last night till really late into the night with me trying to work out technical problems and stuff like that, and he was helping me out, so I appreciate that. Steven says, excellent. When is the next Mental MMA? Well, here's the thing. It's a great question. I'm going to have episodes throughout the week where they're live and recorded episodes of me talking about different things. I have so many topics. You guys don't even know all the topics that I have on tap here. MMA topics of everything from past fighters I bring back, current fighters, the rankings, and why I believe that fan rankings are different than the UFC's company rankings. Big difference on those, and I'll tell you why that happens. And what's going to happen in the next fights coming up. It's not only about pay-per-views. Some of these weekly, TV cards on ESPN or ESPN Plus, they're amazing cards, amazing fights, and some of my favorite fighters are in those. So I'll be doing shows throughout the week. If you subscribe to my channel, ring the little bell down there, and stay up to date to it, and look up when things are happening. I'm going to be doing recorded shows, live shows both, and I'll be doing shows all the time. So keep up with it, and I'll try to announce them as far ahead of time as I can. Thank you, Israel P, for the awesome thumbs up. Thank you for being a great fan tonight. I appreciate you guys sticking with me. Please spread the word. It looks like we had a peak viewership of 15 tonight, which is awesome because I would expect maybe 5 people tonight. So make sure you subscribe, man, everybody. And I appreciate that. Thank you guys for subscribing and ringing the bell so you get the notifications. And stay tuned because in a couple of days, probably on Monday, I'll be doing a show just as a recap for this, but to what's going to be upcoming and some stuff about other things that have gone on in MMA and what's going on in MMA right now. I have a lot of different show topics. I can't even think of them off the top of my head right now. There's a lot of them. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to almost 15 without an actual sub base is pretty good. Yes, it is pretty good. I didn't have a sub base. Coming into tonight, I had 5 subscribers, and one of them was me. So I had 4 subscribers, and the rest of those, I think, were my family members. So this is my very first stream tonight. Thank you guys for joining. Spread the word. Share it around. When this video goes on YouTube and it becomes a regular, listed video, after it's streamed, it becomes a regular video on there. Share that. Tell people about it if you can. And we'll see what happens with that. I'm going to go ahead and leave you guys with my Tony. In case you don't know who Tony Ferguson is, I have an alter ego where I do I'm an 80s pop artist. I have several albums. I make a lot of music videos. I rap, in case you don't believe it. I have some rap videos, which actually shows me physically rapping, but this video doesn't show me at all. It's just my voice and my song. But I put some pictures of Tony Ferguson with it. But it's a song I made about Tony Ferguson, and Conor McGregor is mentioned in it, and so is Khabib. So anyway, it's a song I made about Tony Ferguson. If you want to see me rap for real, like visually with my music videos, it's on that channel of where this video I'm going to show you is. My name is Adrian Star. It's my alter ego pop name, and you'll see all my music videos on there. I make 80s music. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and play this video for you. I want to leave you guys with that. And let me see here if I can get this on for you guys, and then we'll end the stream with that. And there it is. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in tonight. I appreciate it very much. I hope you get with me again from other videos and let people know about it. And this is me with my song about Tony Ferguson. If you like this style, it's an 80s style freestyle rap. And if you like it, I rap in a lot of other songs and videos that I have and on the channel called Adrian Star Official, which is the handle that I use when I make comments on Von Allen Sports. So check out that channel. And good night, everybody. And this is Tony Ferguson, my favorite fighter.
They're running from the man who's chasing you. Never go will try to wrestle, T will pop you in the choppers. Even you McTapper, T will ankle pick you proper. Yeah, he's the type of guy to wear shades, it's just Tony. It's for your own good, this is champ shit only. Strange, weird, odd, his integrity stands. Say what you want, but you can't hang with his hands. Never before has a cut been made about Cucuy and the damage he trades. In the first round, you'll be looking at the time. Looking for a way out, that's a sign. That if you can't handle what he brings, you should have stayed in the back, hit and miss with your team. You might want to stay on your blue corner bus. Now everyone knows and they won't soon forget, but you haven't felt anything yet.
Shit only.